the Fernandez brothers. As far as I'm aware, you all are married off because I don't count Kevin because fuck you, Kevin, you're a little baby. So, and Maina. Oh, Maina. Thank you for calling me a whore. I remember the moment very well, and I appreciate you because what you did in that moment was you created a monster, and you did not know that, and I did not know that, but you probably did know that, and I thank you wholeheartedly from the bottom of my fucking heart because you knew that I was destined for greatness and that I was not good enough for your boy. And I thank you for putting me in my place. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to be good enough for your boy. And thank God you and I got to be friends again, even though we're not friends, because you know that if I got married to Steven, that, oh God, you'd hate me for the rest of your life. And you didn't want to hate me because you fucking love me. I was like your little protege. And you'd bark at me and tell me go do this and do that. And then you'd tell me that you used to be as skinny as I was. And then I'd be like, oh God, I'm going to get fat. And then I'd be like, but you're not fat, Maina, so it's fine. And then Nona'd be telling me to go drink something for my hangover. And I just fucking adored your family. I loved being a part of the Fernandez family. I loved that you fucked with Brian by giving me the keys to the store just to fuck with him. And I fucking loved that I pretended not to speak Italian because I can't, but I could understand every fucking word you guys said about me. And you knew it. And you'd sit there and talk shit. And Gary'd be like, she's listening and she knows. And we're all just, can y'all just lay off the poor chicken? So, to anybody who doesn't get the inside jokes that I just told, you never will. And you're welcome. Yes, I'm eating this as sloppily as I can, Maina. On TV. Even though this isn't TV. But you're going to be like, she's on TV. And she's eating food disgusting. Robin, get your shit together. Or whatever you used to say. So. I know that's why I wasn't allowed to eat family dinner with you guys. Because I'm so sloppy. And you'd be like, Robin, if you could eat like a fucking human and not like a cattle. A piece of, you know what I mean. So, I was adopted into an Italian family that was actually Uruguayan when I was 14 years old. Because their son was in love with me. And he knew I wouldn't go out with him again. So he decided to sister me up. And this is important because I think a lot of people misunderstand this really weird camaraderie that families get when they decide to invite a woman into their family that they know isn't supposed to marry one of them, but that should be a part of the family. Brian would tell people I was his little cousin. So they'd all like look at me like a piece of meat. And he'd be like, she's cousin. Steven was like, that's my girl. And we would all be like, she's not your girl. You couldn't even say that. Like, yeah, like we all started like, ugh. And we all knew that I wasn't Steven's anymore because Steven fucked it up. And when I gave Steven a second chance, we all were like, Robin, oh, what are you doing? Even Steven was like, Robin, I kind of want to be mad at you, but I'm also kind of really happy right now. So, yay, you're my girlfriend again. And I was like, yeah, don't push your luck, buddy. And then it just tanked. And it should, because we all knew that I was family suddenly, and it was weird. And just like how Lisa was family. But Lisa was Gary's sister, and they never had any kind of sexual, and it was righteous. Watching this little tiny woman just run the whole fucking muck. And then if Lisa wasn't there, and they would sit there and yell. There's something about Italian families that is righteous as fuck. That is just insanely perfect. And it's so well run. It's just insane. And I love it. And these American Italians who want to say that they're Italian. You've got the douchebaggery. That's it. I call it douchebaggery. Steven, we need to hang out. I can't wait to meet your fiance and be like, oh, Lord, here we go. And you're like, Robin, shut up. And I'm going to be like, it's your turn, huh? And you're like, that's the Swedish dude, Robin. Stop it. Oh, my God. Why was I not at anyone's weddings, by the way? I should have been at all of your weddings. Just sitting there doing the kerfuffery and tomfoolery. So, as I've only made sense to 3 people in the whole world right now, possibly Kevin, but Kevin might not. I don't know. Does Kevin get it? Y'all have to tell me. I just made shrimp scampi, kind of. Yeah. And I was thinking about Gary. And how every time Gary would be on it and I would come in, every time I would walk through the door and feel the fire. Not only would there be the shwoom in the kitchen, there'd be the boop, 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 in the dining room. And Mano would be like, Robin, and Giuseppe would be sitting outside the whole time smiling and he never even said any words. He would just make sounds with his mouth like as if he knew I wasn't going to understand the Italian. I knew he wouldn't understand the English. And I'd be like, hey, Giuseppe. And he'd be like, and I'd be like, okay. Because that was our thing. And Nona would walk in and she'd be, and she wouldn't be saying, and I'd be like, Nona, you're not speaking any language. What? And she'd make sure my buttons were buttoned and and I loved her smell so much. And I never knew that, and you all fucked with me because no one ever told me that Nona meant grandma. And I just thought her name was Nona, and I loved her. And I kept saying, I'm going to name my daughter Nona because I fucking love Nona so much. And so she would get me ready, and she'd like, you need the bitters? And however she'd say it. She always said it weird. And I'd be like, no, I don't need the bitters. I'm not hungover today. And she'd be like, good. Stop it with the beer. I keep saying it like I'm the Swedish, I almost said Swedish fish. Anyway. But she'd be like, she knew that I needed to stop drinking. The boys in the back would be like, Brad, we're getting you drunk. And she'd be like, whoa. But she knew it needed to happen. We all knew that there was this beautiful dance of the Fernandez family and Robin. And that in the back, Antonio would be like, flaquita, tomates, lechuga. And we would do it the same way all the time. And I miss it. And I love it, and I miss it, and I miss all of you. And I just made a meal that every time Gary would be on to something, that was what was going on all around. The fire had started. The world was turning. Everything was running amok. And then I would come in the back, and I'd be like, Gary, you're on to something, aren't you? And he'd be like, try this. And I'd eat it, and I'd be, and all of the women had said it was disgusting. All of the women he loved would tell him it was bad. Every single one of them would tell him it was wrong. And I'd take a bite and be like, it ain't bad. Maybe you should put some more cheese in it. And it's like the earth would fall out from beneath of me. And suddenly every female in that restaurant, including the patrons, they all wanted me dead. Every single one of them. And I don't know why. And I didn't know why then. And I only know why now. And it's because I was Gary's muse of, well, yeah, it's just food, dude. Just like put it on a plate and call it a special. And then we're going to call it a day. Let's get this party started. I need to make some money so I can go get drunk tonight with your boys because they're going to get me drunk for free. And then I got to get these guys. And I have to drive. So at the end of the day, I'm getting free booze everywhere. Where's my gas money, bitches? I got a BMW out there and it ain't paying for itself. Let's go. And by the way, it did pay for itself because I paid for it. Self, hello. And it was the most beautiful time of my life. And I didn't realize it. And I didn't realize that it was going on during the worst time of my life. And I keep forgetting to come back to Giuseppe's. And if I had, I think my whole life would have been perfect every day because I would have come back to Giuseppe's and realized the beauty in it. So, Stephen, since you've asked for my YouTube channel, this is what I'm going to share with you. Brian, You've come to see me a few times. I hope you've told Steven, because otherwise he knows now. And guys, I hope that you have married a woman that will walk into your family's kitchen when everyone is going crazy, and that she is woman enough to walk up to whatever Gary's cooking, put her used fork in it, and like disgustingly slobber all over it like I used to, and be like, it's okay. Just put some more cheese on it and let's go. Because none of you, I'm sure, have ever met a woman like me. Except for maybe Kevin. Kevin's cool enough to have met a chick like me. And oh my God, Kevin, I can't wait to meet your beast-ass wife. Oh, I bet she's going to just kill Maina. Oh, Maina's just going to die. And Maina, thank you for making sure that your stupid middle son and my family's stupid middle daughter, who rang up a horrible phone bill for you guys because we'd fall asleep on the phone with each other. Thank you for making sure that we didn't get married so we could have moments like this where I get to be the invited guest at Christmases and whatever else. And y'all are going to be like, who the fuck's this chick? And you're going to be like, oh God, she won't leave us alone. And I'll be there to make sure I slobbered in all your food. So the lesson today, folks, is that when you date a girl in high school and you tell everyone you met the love of your life, remember, there are different kinds of love. And the everlasting ones that are not soulmate ones, they recognize that there was something in her that connected the two of them. And there's something in him that connected the two of them. And Steven, I fell in love with an Italian boy who is 6'5" and looks Norwegian. And my dad and I have talked about it over and over and over, and like way too many times. And I have connected the two of you so many times, but never understood why. And it was that you were preparing me for the Italian boy that becomes a man. And that boy is going to become a man in jail, because he's lost his life to a system. And I'm going to make sure that my soulmate does not have to spend the next 10 years feeling alone behind bars, because I have enough stories to kill everyone on earth with the boringness of them. And you'll never understand how not boring stories are when you're behind bars for just a few days, wishing that somebody loved you and feeling like nobody does. So I hope you'll help me save Dakota's life by writing to him and telling him some stories about me and some stories about anything going on. And that every time you forget and remember, ask me for his address again and send him something, just even to say hi. And anybody else who's watching this and feels compelled to do so, please message me, because the love of my life is behind bars and apparently married to somebody else. I don't know that that's true, but she put it on her Facebook. And in 5 years from now, I hope she still loves him as much as I do. And, well, no, I just realized how impossible that is. Because no one will ever love him the way that I do. And no one will ever love him as much as I can and am capable of. But if he doesn't want to be with me, that's fine. But I love him enough to give him a chance to have a following of people out here in the United States of America, all over, who love me enough to show him my love through them. I hope that made sense. So, and Brian, I know you know he's an asshole and he's a stupid fucking retard. But I hope you love me enough to help me out on this one. Because everyone deserves a love like I can give. And I'm sorry that most women choose not to do that. But if you were behind bars, I would make sure that you got this kind of love too. And if you need some kind of love, just let me know. Because I've got a whole lot of really crazy ideas for how to love people. And I wish that they would let me love them the way that I want to. Because it's pretty great to be capable of the kind of love that love stories are written about. Because I'm not the kind of love that love stories are made of. Because it's made of love. I'm just capable of doing such stupid acts of love that it's the funniest shit you've ever heard of, and it's so quiet that nobody even bothers to tell about it because they want to keep it sacred and not bastardize it by putting it out there for the universe to know about. But I have to for this particular one, mostly because he's a bastard and because he's fucking this girl who thinks that nihilism is a thing. Come on, guys. You don't think there's a God? Woo, woo. I don't want to be a part of you. Stay away from me, weirdo. She thinks I'm trying to like kill her or something. It's so weird. Because I just tried to ask her to have a woman to woman and she wouldn't come. And I don't have a car right now. So like, oh, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. You gotta hit the subscribe button because that's how I'm supposed to make money to get a car. So, and then I can go fuck with her head too. Love you. Bye.